Fury is a 2014 war film directed by David Ayer and starring Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, Logan Lerman, Michael Pena, and Jon Bernthal. The film is set during the final days of World War II in Europe, and follows a battle-hardened tank crew led by Pitt's character, War Daddy, as they embark on a dangerous mission behind enemy lines. The story begins with a young soldier named Norman Ellison, Lerman, joining the crew of the tank, Fury, as a replacement for a fallen crew member. Norman is a typist who has never seen combat before, and he is immediately thrown into the chaos and violence of war. The crew, which includes War Daddy, Boyd Bible Swan, LaBeouf, Grady Cunas Travis, Pena, and Trini Gordo Garcia, Bernthal, are all seasoned veterans who have been fighting together for years and have formed a tight-knit bond. As they embark on their mission, the crew is tasked with taking out a German Tiger tank that has been wreaking havoc on the battlefield. They quickly discover that the Tiger tank is heavily armored and nearly impossible to destroy. The crew is able to take out the Tiger tank, but not without sustaining heavy casualties. The mission takes a turn for the worse when the crew is ambushed by a group of German soldiers. In the ensuing battle, War Daddy is injured and the crew is forced to retreat. They are able to find a safe place to hide, but they are surrounded by German soldiers and are running low on supplies. As the days pass, the crew begins to bond with Norman, and he becomes a valuable member of the team. They teach him how to fire a gun and how to stay alive on the battlefield. The crew is eventually able to break out of the German encirclement, but they are not out of the woods yet. They still have to make their way back to Allied lines, and they are still being pursued by Germans. The climax of the film takes place in a small German town where the crew is ambushed by a large number of German soldiers. The crew is able to hold off the enemy soldiers for a time, but they are eventually overwhelmed. In a desperate move, War Daddy orders the crew to abandon the tank and make a run for it. They are able to make it to safety, but not without suffering heavy casualties. In the end, the crew is able to make it back to Allied lines and they are hailed as heroes. The film ends with the crew saying goodbye to each other and Norman, who is being sent back to the States. The film is a powerful and emotional portrayal of the sacrifices made by soldiers during World War II, and it is a fitting tribute to the men who fought and died for our freedom.